Yeah, so welcome, Dr. Eddie Connor.
Hey. What's up? What up, though? I'm honored to be on Blessed Friends with these two best friends. My new best friends.
You better tell it.
You wasn't leaving here without being a blessed.
You
any
were
lies. We weren't going to let you leave
We
here
would
without
not
being a
have
blessed.
let you.
Absolutely.
Trust and
I
believe.
feel the blessings already.
Yes.
And it's on a Sunday.
Rain
you know what I'm
down
saying?
on
Sunday's
me.
blessed.
Hey,
This is my Sunday flow. Hey. Yes.
So we would like to, in honor of Women's History Month, before we get started, we just want to know what woman has inspired you in your life that you want to honor this month.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, without a doubt, hey, I got to go to my mom.
I know that's right.
Tell us about her.
My mother, Dr. Janice Connor. Listen, I wouldn't be here, number one. But I really wouldn't be here for another reason. I mean, 2022 marks 22 years of me being cancer-free.
Yes.
We get
Praise
some-
God.
Come on.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes. Congratulations.
Thank God
Absolutely.
is good.
You know, like the song say, my mama prayed for me, had me on the mind.
We
Took
love
the
it.
time to pray for me. And so she literally, prayed me through and empowered and inspired me. 30-year educator, retired. And she would leave off her job and just come and help me when I had lost all my hair, my self-confidence, self-esteem, chemo, radiation. My own father wasn't there, never visited me one day in the hospital. And so for her to just be there and to be a queen, you know what I'm saying, who wore her crown and told me to take the pity party hat off.
Yes.
Ooh, yes, mama.
Yeah. She said, hey, go to scripture. You shall not die, but live and declare the works of the Lord. Let me know. A knockdown is not a knockout unless you stay down.
Yes.
You got to find the can in cancer.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
I love her.
Shout out to Mama Connor. Shout out to
Dr.
Mama
Mom.
Connor. Yes. Dr. Mama Connor.
Yeah.
We love you already, Mama.
Absolutely. So,
Thank you for sharing that.
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I can't help but to celebrate queens like yourself because, I know one who's so emblematic of, the resiliency and the perseverance. And she helped me to live through dying places. She made me live when I wanted to give up.
I love it.
Yeah, for real.
We appreciate that.
So would it be correct for us to say that your mother was a single mother?
Yeah, single mother.
Okay.
Single mother.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I got one brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's in Atlanta. Here in Detroit for right now. For
Okay. Hey,
filming a
bro.
show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hi, bro. Hey, Elijah.
Yeah,
I think we followed him. So, hey, Elijah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, just to be here and to be a blessing, blessed to be a blessing.
Yeah.
It's always great to be a blessing.
It is.
A lot of people don't understand that. I just feel so great being a blessing, being able to give, and then when you trace it back to scripture, it's
That's
right.
why it
That's
makes sense.
that's
It's
a godly
God.
thing. You know what I'm saying? But it does feel wonderful to be able to be a blessing.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we want you to share about you.
Yeah, you started off telling us that you had cancer. Would you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yeah, I'm a living witness. Hey, your test is a testimony, your misery is ministry, your mess is a message, your stumbling blocks is a stepping stone. What God does, he uses your setback as a setup for your greatest comeback.
Absolutely.
He uses your tragedy as strategy. Hey, if we had the movie The Color Purple on this screen, on these monitors, tell you just like Sophia, all my life,
Had some fights, okay.
I had to fight. You know what I'm saying?
And that is true.
Yeah. So to be able to parlay all of the pain into purpose, being hit with that cancer diagnosis as a tender teenager and then being told that what I'd never become, what I'd never overcome, I'm one of the least likely, my guidance counselor told me at the age of 17, you're not going to college. Matter of fact, don't even think about community college. Pick up a trade.
Wow.
Guidance counselor. I didn't get no guidance nor
I was about to say,
counseling.
what's
Wow.
up? Now look at me now. Hey.
But see, the thing is, she knew my favorite two classes in school were gym and lunch. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause my grades were indicative of that. I love to chase the girls in gym and then sit down and eat with them at lunch. So
The gym shorts had you running.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And my gym shoes chasing girls in heels. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I had to get my mindset and my life together. And I used all that as motivation. I said, hey, I came out of cancer. I can use this negative steam to power my dream. And had that determination. Went to Eastern Michigan on probation, academic probation, and wrote an essay. And I began to really discover my gift of writing. I could really, use my pen to really speak life into my own life, but let people know and persuade people. And they were persuaded to let me in. I graduated high school with like a 2.6 and had a 3.6 my first semester at Eastern. And I just started mentoring kids. And I saw, hey, I have a great love for education, and my parents are both educators too. I grew up in Jamaica for part of my life. Yeah, man, no problem. But before Stella got her groove back, you know what I'm saying? And began mentoring kids, and I went into education, taught high school for 12 years. Some would say I was 12 years a slave. And then went on the collegiate level and taught literacy and development, and really I developed a mentorship program called Boys to Books and Gifted for Greatness.
Congratulations.
Yes, because we need it, especially now in this day and time. We, especially our young men, they need more men to mentor them.
Absolutely.
For sure. And
more men.
Right. And the thing is with that, a lot of times us as men and boys becoming men, a lot of times vulnerability and masculinity seemingly cannot coexist in the same space. Oftentimes that vulnerability is seen as femininity when real vulnerability is true masculinity.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're more Clark Kent than Superman.
Yes.
We're more T'Challa than Black Panther. We're more David Banner than the Hulk.
The Hulk,
you know what I'm saying?
So
we're human.
We're real human. And tapping into mental health as men and healing from trauma and all that stuff is needed and necessary. I had to do my own, healing and counseling and therapy as well to get where I am today. And so, to do all that and, getting ready to release my 13th book, Beyond.
Yes. Can we get
13th book? Okay.
Say it again.
13th book.
13th. Yes,
to be on a lot of shows and stuff like that, but also to be here on Blessed Friends.
We thank you so
We're very honored.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. We are so honored. I got that call from Kelly. I was like, excuse me?
Tasha, like, somebody publicist? I'm like, a publicist? What?
Y'all done made it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done made it. Hey.
We like blue check out here.
And happy belated birthday to y'all, too. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We feeling good. It's sporty.
Listen, I told you, before we started rolling, hey, I need to see y'all's ID because black don't crack, brown won't let you down, beige don't age, tan got a plan, and lighter do you right. I think I got both of you on that.
You got it.
We giving you high fives too.
I just love him, Mara. I just love you. You coming back, Dr.
Yes, we already set it up.
Let's do it.
We already set it up.
So let's get into your writing.
Yes.
What inspires you to write?
Yes. Where did
that?
What's that?
I know you talked about cancer was a motivator.
Right.
But what led you to say, hey, I'm about to just go for it?
Yeah. Because you wrote that paper in college, you said. And that's what kind of opened you up and awakened that gift to write. So, the inspiration, what is that?
Yeah. I got to go back even before that, now that I really think about it, because I'm releasing my second iteration of Dear Queen with Dear Queen Volume 2. But I used to write love letters to girls in school. Yeah.
Did you put them in a locker or you put them in a hand?
I would put it in the locker. I would do it. I would do that.
It's nothing like opening up that locker and getting that love letter.
I'm telling you,
all messed up in the head.
I was a shy guy, you know what I'm saying? But I was always pretty good with the words and being able to express myself on paper, and then poetry was my thing because I love rap and hip hop and all that, and so. I would write love letters to girls in school, and some of the guys were finding out, and they were like, "Yo, I like such and such. This shorty over here,
write me one,
but keep your name off it though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'll throw you some lunch money. You know what I mean? I'll throw you a bag of Doritos or something." So
gotta be from the D.
Yeah.
Gotta be from the D.
Straight Detroit.
Straight up. And so I was like, I'm real cool with that, and I never wanted to be a writer, number one. You know, I never wanted to be, and my mama told me I was like a senior in college with literally $1 and a dream to my name in a dorm room. She's like, you need to write your book, you know? And I was like, book about what? She said, yeah, you know what your story is. I said, nah, I don't want to share that, because I was embarrassed about what I had gone through. You know, we want to show up at the finish line and say, ta-da, but
Right.
don't want to tell anybody about the
How
race
you
we
like
ran.
me now.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We want to be on the mountaintop, but don't want to talk about the valley.
We don't want to talk
when you
about
was out of breath and you had to keep going, right?
Facts.
That's what the blessing is in the valley, honey.
You know what I'm saying? And so finding victory in the valley, and she said, hey, you got to write your story. And as I was writing, I found out it became therapeutic for me. As I was writing, I was healing. I had bitterness towards my father who wasn't there for me. I had bitterness towards people who I thought were praying for me, but literally praying on me. You know, and so having to forgive, you know, and realize, hey, I can't really live until I forgive, and just being able to express myself was really a true defining moment. And, you know, I said, hey, I'm only going to write one book. Mom, this for you. You've been on my back about it. Don't ask me to do nothing else. And of course, you have to write your first one. Everybody's asking you, when's the next one coming?
The next one.
And I just began to fall in love with the writing process and writing about healing, love, gifts, purpose, all of it brought me to, you know, where I am. And I said, especially when you talk about Dear Queen, I said, if I could write a love letter to girls, why can't I write a book of love to women?
I was going to ask you that,
To
because
love
it's
yourself and your
13,
worth. Yeah.
you know, books later with with Dear Queen Volume 2.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about what Dear Queen Volume 1 was, and why do you feel like you needed to do a part 2 to it?
Yeah, you know, 2 is better than 1.
Yes.
But you
we
need
always try
one.
to tell people
Right,
that.
right
You know,
there.
we try
There we
to tell
go.
people
There we
that.
go.
You know, pick your flavor.
Pick your
There we
flavor.
go. There we go. Right. We got caramel and chocolate.
You
We
know,
compliment each other. We don't cancel each other.
There we go.
Yes.
The black Laverne and Shirley, right there.
Yes, all of that. All of that.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Insecure right now.
All of you know what you are.
Issa Rae and Yvonne Orji. I don't know which one.
You know,
But,
we can be any of those women at any given
Depending
time.
on the time.
To be honest.
I'm in an episode of Insecure, but y'all real secure.
Yeah, we are. Thank
come
you.
with it.
Secure in the Lord.
All right now, 3 snaps in the neck roll, a hair flip, a high five. You go, girl.
All of that.
You know, all
I love him.
She said in Z formation.
Z formation. I love you. I do.
It's all love for real.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah. With like I said, 2 is better than 1, but you need part 1 to understand part
Yes.
2.
Yes.
You
Did
know,
you guys
so-
hear that?
Can you really stop?
Yeah.
I need them to see your book. They can't
Yeah.
see it. So can you put it right in? I'm going to put
Right
it
there?
over here. Yep.
Right here.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we want them to see this.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go. And I always try to make my, my covers as Picasso as possible.
We see.
We
know what
see.
I'm
We
saying?
loving it.
Yes.
We are.
We like that.
Yeah.
Black and
Yeah.
gold.
We
Yeah.
do.
And so, with the first one, it's all about it's all about really just loving yourself and knowing your worth. I talk about jewels of wisdom, and really just speaking life into the lives of our Black queens, especially. Malcolm X said the most neglected, unprotected, and disrespected woman on the planet is the Black woman.
Let's get some on that one.
Yeah.
We speak that all the time as
do.
Black women.
Right.
Yes.
And oftentimes us as brothers, when we stand on the sidelines, y'all on the front lines. We
are.
can go down. For Black History Month, Black History didn't just end in February. You know what I'm
No.
saying? It's all year round,
It is all-
24/7,
yes.
365. On a leap year is 366. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, you talk about Martin, Malcolm, Edgar. You can talk about queens like yourself. You can talk about Fannie Lou Hamer, Claudette Colvin. You can
Yes.
talk about, Shirley Chisholm. And you go all the way
Hey,
down the line,
Sword.
Sojourner Truth, to sisters like yourself who speak that truth, you know?
Yeah.
So really
it.
just uplifting and really bigging up, the beauty of what women like yourself provide in our society that are often overlooked and underestimated, the least, the last, the lost, the left out, the overlooked. And just really celebrating that, but also talking about branding and leveraging your leadership capacity and stretching your faith and thinking bigger than ever before. And then understand that, hey, you ain't got to compete, you collaborate. I like to say real queens don't compete, they collaborate.
You better tell
We
the
just
truth.
talked about that with
So we're
Kevin.
playing, not a man. They know that their royalty demands loyalty. They wear their crown. They build their queendom in the kingdom of God. They're too unique to compete. They're too rare to compare.
Yes, all
You better
that,
come
because
see.
it's
I
the
know he
truth.
was. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to your mother.
I'll tell you, my mama would stand in front of the door when I was a kid, and I'm looking up at her because, I'm a little shorty at the time. She's like, I'm waiting on you to open up the door for me.
Yes,
You know what I'm
I tell
saying?
my
Like,
son
so-
all the time, don't you let my hand touch a door before yours do, or it's gonna be some problem.
Yes.
Yeah. So, being raised and reared right and with discipline. My mom was a general.
Yes.
Gotta
My
be.
mama was too.
I am one.
But you hate it then, but you love it later.
Yes,
appreciate it.
You appreciate it for sure.
Method to the madness for sure.
Right. For sure. For sure.
Yes. So what is that? What is your writing process like? We are big on processes, but one thing we want to ask: what music?
Yeah, because you said you like
you
rap.
You like rap. You like, when you're going into writing mode, what music?
What you playing?
I mean, what you're playing?
What you downloading?
Yeah, I really see myself as more of an artist than an author. You know what I mean? Like,
Do tell.
yeah. Like, I always have a soundtrack in my head when I'm writing. Music really gives me a lot of inspiration, and my process is maddening a lot of times. I don't write unless I'm inspired. I have to. I don't force books. It's got to be a flow for me.
Yes,
You know
you
what I'm
gotta flow
saying?
with the love.
Flow
Where the love resides. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that's our favorite.
Yeah. So, like I'm thinking about Stevie Wonder, Golden Lady. You know what I mean?
that is a good one.
It's just a magically beautiful song.
Yeah, that's
I'm
on,
listening to that on
that's
the
on
way
my
home.
12-year-old playlist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. Yeah. I'm thinking about Royalty, Molly Music, Queen Tings by Masego.
Yes.
Raheem Devon, Queen.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
All of that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Ribbon in the Sky. Of course, you got to go back to Stevie again.
Fave.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I'm thinking about what was the song with Common and
Mary J.
yeah, Mary J.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. So it's a lot of music
Very
that goes
nostalgic.
into it. Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
like
We're
that.
big music heads, so we like.
Where music is the fabric of
life.
our relationship.
It's life.
Really.
Oh,
it
yeah,
is.
for sure.
It
It's
is.
life.
It stitches us together.
Yes.
It's
love
like
it.
my book is like, one where you could dim the lights, where you can, have a little light though. So I want you to be able to get all the words.
And don't go to
You know,
sleep.
Right.
Right.
Now you ain't gonna go to sleep.
Right.
Burn
Like
a
you gonna
candle
be
or something. You know what I mean?
You get to snap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start snapping after the first chapter.
Like,
Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Get you a nice little blanket, snuggle up. You know what I mean? It's an experience. Yeah.
We are all about the experience.
We are.
for
We
sure.
are.
It's
Yeah.
an experience.
so tell us about that writing process.
Yeah.
My writing process, like I said, is maddening. I'll get titles from my books in just the most random ways. Like I heard Michael Jackson, he was, rest in peace to the GOAT,
Oh,
the
no,
king of pop.
the king.
Yeah.
In peace.
He said how he got Billie Jean. He said he was riding down Rodeo Drive, and all he heard was
Hey.
you know what I mean? Like, and it just stuck in his head, and he felt as if he said, "Hey, if I don't actually write down these ideas, God's
Yes.
gonna give them to Prince."
Yes.
And Prince is my cousin, by the way.
And he would
It's
have.
my mom's first cousin, Prince.
Yes.
And that's how kind of I think about it. Hey, I have to move on what it is that I'm feeling like God has given me, that He's downloaded me, because I don't know if He's gonna give it to somebody else.
Yes.
And I could be, I could just be, whether it's I'm in the shower, whether it's me washing my hands, whether it's me driving, I'll just get a download.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so I'm on the phone and typing it in or whatever the case may be, and I get my chapters first, and I write based upon my chapters. And I mean, sometimes it's don't try this at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing 30 pages sometimes in a day. You know what I mean? Like I'll get up in the morning, and I really don't like to get up early. I'm not really an early
we completely
bird.
understand. We completely understand.
When it's an inspiration, you do it, and I'll look at the clock. I'm up at 6 a.m. and then I'm writing till 6 p.m. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just taking all of it. I'm writing everything down, and you go back to the editing process, this, that, and the other. And it's just when your mind is open, I just want to give it all.
Let it flow.
Just let it flow.
Just let it flow.
You have to.
Let it flow.
Yeah.
So, a lot of times I can get my books done quick. Sometimes it takes a little while. It just depends on the flow and the process. But I have to write what I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
I feel that most definitely 100%.
Because when you read my books, when you read them, anything that I'm putting out, or even hopefully here in interviews, you're gonna get the blood, you're gonna get the sweat, you're gonna get the tears, you're gonna get the passion, you're gonna get the truth, you're gonna get the transparency, you're gonna get the tribulation, you're gonna get the trials, you're gonna get the triumph.
Yes.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Come
I'm giving it all to you.
All of it.
Yeah.
We can
love
feel it. We was
can.
watching some interviews. We was like, boy, he's sweaty. Said he the best author. Hands down.
Yeah,
I said, you better come with that confidence.
Speak it.
For sure.
Speak it.
For sure. Muhammad Ali said, hey, he said he was the greatest before he ever had a fight, before he ever fought Sonny Liston. He said, I'm the greatest, before. I think you got to have that confidence. Confidence helps you to win before the race.
Yes, you got to know in your
I believe
heart.
I'm one of the greatest writers of my generation.
Yes.
Tell it.
Facts.
Speak it. We love it. So with that, what would you tell the young Dr. Eddie from the first book you wrote to the 13th book? Like, what would you tell your younger self?
I would tell myself, hey, don't be hard on yourself. And that is, you don't have to have everything perfect, and don't allow perfection to be really the modus operandi that keeps you in
bondage.
Bondage. Imposter syndrome is what I was
You
thinking.
speaking about a lot about that. I like that.
Yeah. Don't allow that, because a lot of times we're trying to compare our chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter
All
30.
the time.
Versus we always talk about, she knew the assignment, but the question is, are you completing the assignment?
Yes.
What are you doing to actually develop and get better every single day, and hold yourself to a standard of excellence, but also make room for yourself to grow?
Yes.
Growth is the main thing. And from my first book to where I am now, you can look at the growth, which is beautiful. You don't want to keep seeing the same old thing and getting the same old thing. It's got to be a maturational development. But you also have to take off that mask. You have to look at yourself in the mirror. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to deal with the ugly.
Yes.
And then also look at the beauty, because I think, especially with the trauma and triggers oftentimes that we have that we don't address, if we don't really heal, we'll bleed on people who didn't cut us.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time. They say hurt people, hurt people, right?
Hurt people for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just leaving little drops of blood everywhere you go.
Right.
For sure.
You'll be writing from your misery rather than the power of your ministry.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
I most definitely agree with that.
Yeah, that was actually what I was going to ask you, give you some advice for some up and coming authors, like writers. Like, what would you say to them?
Yeah. One thing is this, you need to define who it is that you are. I think you got to write from your why, not just what and where and how many copies you want to sell. You really have to find out what is your why, and then also who is your particular target audience. Create your own specific avatar of what your audience looks like, male, female, what is their income, what is their background, what is it that they want to achieve, and what do they want to get from your book. Thinking about those specific aspects, and then defining what is your story. Everybody has a story. They say 80% of Americans want to write books. Many of us are just afraid to go out and do it, and then have the determination, the dedication to go back and make it happen.
Yes.
And so holding yourself accountable to a standard, say, hey, you know what, today I'm going to do 15 minutes of writing. Not comparing yourself to, well, Dr. Eddie does 10 hours.
Yes.
No. You do your 15 minutes. And you keep being consistent with your 50 minutes, it'll grow to 30. You know what I'm saying? It may grow to an hour. But you taking some time to say, all right, today I have to write 2 pages. I have to write 10 pages, or whatever that is, and then each specific aspect gets you closer to the end. But don't think of the end. If you start, I believe God will help you finish.
I agree with that. Because when we started we didn't even know we were going to get into podcasting.
Not at all.
It just kind of happened. And we were like, okay, Lord.
Yeah, we were like, we're just going to sit down and we're going to talk to our friends and we're going to have these conversations that's going to change our community. And they like, you going to podcast? And we was like, I guess.
Right.
You know.
Because the power of your voice is important. You know what I mean? Like, we got to hear your voice, especially, you know, black voices more than ever before.
We agree.
Being able to tell our truth, being able to control our form of media.
That is very, very true.
Because the whole misaligned aspect of the myopic aspect of black people in the media, you know, thugs, hustlers, you know, no, these sisters don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, deadbeats, all this stuff.
Uneducated.
Right. No,
Killers.
Right. Only showing us twerk, but no, we work.
We work.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, we put that
and
work
our
in.
brains work.
Exactly.
Our spirits are full.
Exactly.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So we love that.
We do.
We do. I'm just over here in awe. Like,
Right.
I just
I'm
love
like,
him. You have such a strong spiritual background. Where did that stem from?
You know, when I was talking about real briefly about me growing up in Jamaica, grew up in Kingston. You know, here we got the hood, they got the hut. You know what I'm saying? We got the block and the borough. You know, they got, broken places and homes, but those people are so blessed. And to be able to grow up in that island, my father's from the islands, and my parents were missionaries to the island of Jamaica. And I saw, you know, the church services. I mean, being in service. I mean, shoot, if they would have had us in service 7 days a week, they would have. You know, I think it might have been 6. You know,
One day to yourself. One day to rest. That's the day to rest.
Oh, right. You gonna pray for the next day. You know what I mean? And so to see how, you know, those people are so spiritual over on the island. You know, our brothers and sisters in the, you know, Caribbean diaspora. And to see how, you know, sometimes we won't even drive 5 minutes to go to the nearest church. They'll walk 5 miles.
Jeez.
You know what I mean? With some don't have any shoes. You know, little to nothing, but they believe God. You know, they believe that there's going to be a better day and a brighter moment. And so, you know, my mom and my father, prior to their divorce, they'd have us passing out gospel tracts and witnessing and feeding the homeless and going to orphanages. And I just began to get a love for people, you know, especially those who are depressed and kind of just downtrodden, who've been overlooked by society, and say, hey, man, I could have been in anybody's shoes like that.
Yes.
But to be able to be a blessing and give back, you know, Dr. George Fraser says, once you learn and earn, then you must return to your community.
I agree.
And so to give love to our brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? And not just focus on just, of course, we focused on our brothers and sisters, you know, Mac and Bewick and the east side and the west side, whatever the case may be. But there's also stuff going on around, you know, the world.
Absolutely.
And so to see it on the third world country and then go back here, you know, because I'm an east sider.
I was going to say, what side
that's
you
what I kept trying to figure out.
I wonder. He didn't start off by saying he was a west sider, so I knew he was an east sider.
I got love for both. You know what I mean? But
what part of east?
Warren Connor.
Okay, Warren Connor. Okay. Deep.
So, I'm deep east. I'm deep east.
He ain't East 8 Mile.
I'm deep east. I'm deep east. So it was a little grip to get here, but you know.
That's all right.
The traffic moved pretty quickly.
It does.
Yeah, so, you know, just to see it on both sides, that really ignited my faith and spiritual connection, you know, with God. And then, of course, my ordeal with cancer. You know, I had to find faith and determination and belief in God when my back was against the wall. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your mentor program.
Yeah, like educator. Like this. So, first, can we say you said you taught for 12 years?
Yeah, taught for 12 years.
Yeah. Congratulations to that.
She's an educator, so she's like,
what you teach?
I have done pre-K through 12th grade, but I'm in Southfield Public Schools now at Bradford Academy. So, and I also do MacArthur, so I kind of go back and forth. So
God bless you to be with the little ones, boy.
She loved the little ones.
The babies are my favorite, and I like middle school too. Middle school is really the forgotten
that's true.
age group, and they need it the most. And so I absolutely love the middle school kids.
Yeah.
I love them. They're my
She does.
babies. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
would send my daughter to her because she in a transitional phase. Like, call you auntie.
I be like, sis, you just gonna have to, she's just going through, and it's just normal, So it's good. We co-parent together for sure.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's good.
Because she helped me out with my older son. Our children are like, they like
Her
each
son
other.
is me,
Yes.
and my
Wow.
daughter is her.
Wow.
It is
Isn't
so.
that-
Ain't that something?
Crazy. It's so she be like, my nephew son, you gotta. Yeah.
That's my baby, my big old baby.
Yeah. So that's how we were, impressed with the mentor, that you're
Yeah.
doing that because it's so needed. So tell us something
Yeah,
about
I
it.
want to know about it.
Yeah, I was teaching school for 12 years, and just in that span of time, I was working on my master's, focused on African American males and reading issues, and I saw the whole connection between illiteracy and incarceration. We focused so much on that school to prison pipeline, even that preschool to prison pipeline. where
It's
they're
true.
building. Oh yeah, it's real true.
Scary.
Building prisons based on second and third grade reading scores. And so we focus so much on rehabilitation. But I said, let me get on the aspect of prevention.
Yes.
And really, I remember that I was just starving for mentorship. I was looking to the rappers and entertainers and the boys, dudes on the block, and, the athletes as a father figure,
Yes.
because when my father was present physically, he was absent mentally, spiritually, socially, emotionally.
Yep.
And it was an opportunity for me to mentor my 13, 14, 15-year-old self. And I saw oftentimes in the classroom when our brothers would open up a book, they close their eyes. And I thought it was an opportunity for me to really give back and do more than just teach from 8 to 3. I said, there's a need between the whole aspect of the afternoon and the morning when I see them the next day. That span of time where they can get into a lot of trouble, that after school hours, they wander in the halls, picking up girls, you know what I mean? And just doing all type of stuff, especially if they're not in sports.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
going to
and
say,
that's
if
a
they're
big
not in
one.
Yeah,
sports, that's the biggest thing. If they have no extracurricular
Right.
activities, it's
Right.
the hood.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I said, let me see what I can do. And it's not like I was waving books down the hallway. Yo, come into the classroom. No, I'd have pizza. I'd talk about, we'd have video games, the PlayStation going on, the Xbox. And they're like, yo, this is crazy. He got this in his classroom after school. Let me come in and see what it's about. And, we talk about and rap about, hey, what's their favorite athlete? And I'm discovering and just listening, taking an interest in them so they can take an interest in what I'm doing. Yo, you read? Read? Nah, I don't do no reading, man. Who's your favorite sports star? Who's your favorite athlete? Oh, LeBron, Steph. Now, they're not really interested in reading, but if you give them a book about LeBron and
Yes.
Steph,
They gonna read
they're going to
that.
pick it up. But now you find out, oh, he's struggling with reading. You know what I'm saying? Oh, read this part to me. You shy away from it, so on and so forth. Yeah, I got to run here, And so, I began to say, all right, let me develop this program, Boys to Books, focus on literacy, leadership, and life skills enrichment. And it was just really an opportunity to help our brothers make a transition from boyhood to manhood, really seeing what manhood is all about, masculinity, and especially through literacy. Most mentorship programs going to show you how to tie a tie, shake
Yes.
somebody's hand, look them in the beady shift of the eyeball, how to respect your parents and get your grades up. But every mentoring component has to have a literacy
It has
component.
It does.
That's
Because more than a push-out,
confidence.
more than a dropout rate is a push-out rate.
Yeah.
And most teachers don't want to deal with Pookie and Ray Ray's
Yes.
reading issues, and they just
Yeah.
going to pass them on to the next one.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
does,
that's what
especially in
happens.
COVID now. It's really bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, here in the city of Detroit, 50% of the residents in the city of Detroit, they say are functionally illiterate. Don't read higher than a 4th grade reading level.
I can believe that.
You know what I'm saying? And so, got to
I've
really,
seen it.
yeah. And I said, hey, we got to have the literacy and the mentoring together. And it's just a passion of mine to really, help our young brothers and really be sometimes a surrogate father figure to them.
Yes. They need you.
Have to be.
They need you.
Yeah.
Do you have other men that volunteer or are a part of the mentorship
Yeah.
program?
Yeah, that's the
That's
great
good.
thing. I've been able to bring in a lot of brothers through it. We've been profiled by BET.
Yes.
Awesome.
You know, I've had some brothers who've had connections with the Cleveland Cavaliers, and matter of fact, LeBron James's program supported, our mentorship program some years ago when he went back to Cleveland.
Go on,
Back
Brown
to
Brown.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I live in Ohio.
Yeah, okay. We can go ahead on you, Ohio State.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
She don't
from
claim it,
Detroit,
though.
but I live in Ohio.
Oh, what,
She in
Toledo?
Toledo.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
You know,
okay.
I'm just up the street.
You barely live there.
I just up the street. You take telegraph to her house, okay?
Right. You just barely on the outskirts.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
keep my insurance rates low.
Yeah. I just heard LeBron say he'll go back if his son go back
He
to
going
Cleveland.
He
back.
going.
He going
That's his
back.
love. His home is his love. So he
Going
gonna always
back.
go back. He's a
Right.
smart man.
Not the second coming, the third coming. So.
Right.
He not taking his talents to what he say South Beach that time. So
I know that's right. And this is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, outside of, because we're going to get ready to, we got to get,
This
we on that
conversation is almost
you know.
7 to
Oh, it's
o'clock.
cool. Y'all about to take me off? I'm
No,
just
not
saying.
not yet. So we got two things. Now, outside of Mr. CEO, mentor,
TV correspondent,
college professor, how does Dr. Connor balance like self-care, all the programming, all the traveling? How do you practice those? Just how do you balance?
What do you
how
do for
find
you?
It's a good
time
question.
for yourself?
It's a good question because I realize, you can't pour from an empty cup.
You cannot
Period.
overflow, right?
Some days I'm better. Some weeks I'm better.
You're like, son,
Just someday.
Tell the
Says a
truth, shame the
giver.
devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, says a
sometimes I'm
giver.
better than others, but I'm realizing the time to just embrace it, and I do that whether it's through. I'm an avid, exerciser, so I'm in the gym at least 6 days a week. I'm really focused on what I, eat, and consume. Food affects your mood.
Yes, it does.
For sure.
Yeah.
Don't Rachel. Don't tell it. Don't bust us out.
Because we
You're
have
not
been
yourself
on-
when you're hungry.
we're normally on it, but these last few months we have been off, and we can tell the difference.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
We can.
Mentally, for sure.
emotionally,
Yes.
physically.
Yes.
Right.
So it's true.
You can
Yeah.
choose.
Food
It's true.
does affect your mood.
Drink your water, mind your business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
All
we
of
will
that.
drink the water.
We
now.
do that. We about
drink
a
the
gallon
water.
of plus of that, but we was eating them the sugar and them carbs.
We
Yeah.
love the
Yeah.
carbs. But
For sure. And just take some time, whether it's, just to meditate, just to be quiet, turn off the TV, power down the phone, get off the computer. Silence can be so loud, but it's needed and necessary.
It's so good.
To mute the noise around you to hear the voice within you.
You have to. That's
Gotta
a
do
big
that,
one.
and whether that may be, just taking some time, rest.
that's
Rest.
number one.
I'm telling you.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can cure a lot of things.
Ooh. I rested this weekend, and I did not think that I was going to do that for my birthday weekend, but that was the best thing I could have did.
Yes.
It was really amazing.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
See, the thing is, a lot of times we can be so busy, but we're not productive.
Yes.
And I'm realizing when you rest, you're even way more productive
Yes.
than you were running on fumes.
Yes.
Tell it. That's the truth.
That is a fact. Yes. Okay, so Queen, Dear Queen, Volume 2.
What can our viewers expect when they get this book? Because y'all better get it. We have linked the how you
Website.
can buy it, the website, everything in it. We're going to keep promoting it because
Facts.
it's something that y'all need to get.
Facts.
Yes.
What can our viewer expect when they read this?
Yeah.
Don't give too much. but
Yeah,
give
we
them
know.
Nah, that's right.
Yeah, you
that's
know.
right.
We
Thank
ain't
you for the
asking you. You gotta
disclaimer.
buy.
You know.
We told them you
Thank
gotta
you.
buy
Thank
it.
you.
Too much. we want you to buy the book now.
Yeah, you
Thank
gonna
you.
buy it, but what can they expect? from
Yeah.
this?
Dear Queen is a book for our queens and our kings who love our queen.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
fellas,
Yes.
You
for-
can
this
get
would be
it
a
too.
good gift.
Mother's Day is
A
coming
good
up.
birthday gift and happy belated birthday gift if you want to.
Yes. We definitely would like that.
Our sisters will extract a lot from it, but I also wanted to incorporate our brothers in the whole aspect of the book, which I didn't necessarily do a lot so much in the first iteration. This book is really how to wear your crown, walk in your authority and your authenticity. You know, nobody can beat you being you.
Yes.
You know, you're the greatest you that was ever created.
Period.
You know what I mean? And so being your best self, overcoming so many odds and obstacles internally, and the healing that I really want to talk about. And then even the whole aspect of getting into relationships and where the relationships are in our world today. And, you know, our generation, I think a lot of times is more so enamored with the wedding than the marriage.
You better tell the truth. It's
We
annoying.
say it all the
We
time.
Yeah. You
Like,
know,
do you
carrots-
even know each other?
Exactly. And
Like, you can keep keep the wedding. Let's buy a house or travel for three months or something with that.
Yeah.
That money or
A
something
nest
else.
egg for
Yes.
when life happens, you know?
Yes.
The wedding
Yeah.
is a sprint. The marriage is a marathon.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't have any endurance.
They
You
don't.
know what I'm saying? And so, carrots without character is chaotic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's all about character and developing that, and finding your purpose. I don't think you can really expect a purpose partner if you have not first partnered with your purpose.
That is
Saying
very
I
true.
do to you.
Yeah.
I seen that. You just had a video
Yes.
about I do to you on
Say-
your YouTube page, right?
Yeah. Say I do to you.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for checking it out.
Should have like a ceremony or something. Just to marry
Like, I'm
yourself.
marrying you.
Marry myself. Okay.
Put your own vows to yourself.
Yeah. Right.
That
yeah.
might be
Put
kind
that
of cool.
ring on your finger and say I do to you because
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
important.
Right.
It
You
really
can't
is.
give. You don't even know yourself. You know
Exactly.
how you gonna love somebody else. You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And love is a thread. Purpose is the glue. And too many times when, you know, purpose is not the glue, we're gorilla glued to the wrong person.
Can you put some
Says two divorced
Yeah.
women.
You're right.
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
understand,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
We completely understand.
We do.
Right. And so I wanted to get into that. I got one of my chapters in there. And matter of fact, let me just say this. Listen, you can go ahead and get the book right now. It's on pre-order, but it's coming out on Tuesday, March 8th. March
Yes.
is National Reading Month. March
Yes.
is Women's History
Yes.
Month.
Yes,
March
it's
8th is International Women's Day.
Yay, let's go.
Yeah.
And March is our birthday.
Yeah,
March
it is their
9th.
birthday.
March 9th, March 3rd.
Yeah.
March 9th, March
That's
3rd.
right.
March is popping, okay?
Yeah, all they
It's
do is
busting
march
with the
forward.
kids.
That's all
All
y'all
they do
do.
is march. I love it. March. I'm walking, I'm walking.
Hey.
We love it.
We love it.
Love it. We love it.
Yeah, so you know it's available on Amazon, and I didn't just do the ebook and the paperback book. I got an audio book too.
I love that.
So
Oh, good.
close to 6
I love
hours
audio.
of audio. It's more than just me. It's more than a recitation. It's a conversation. You know what I'm saying? And so what you're gonna get in the audio book is gonna be different than the ebook, and the ebook is gonna be different than the physical copy. I just want to do it all different my way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so Amazon, and then they can get a Audible as well. Then they can get a signed copy from me, dreddieacademy.com/Dear Queen.
Yes.
It's about 10 chapters in there. Then I got a poem at the end because, you know, I write poetry.
Yes.
You writing love letters to you?
Yes.
One of the chapters is going to blow you. It's going to knock your Louboutin heels off your
I'm
feet.
ordering mine like
So,
right after.
yeah.
What? I'm gonna let somebody buy me one and then I'm gonna order me one.
And gift it to somebody else.
Right.
That's how we doing that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
You gotta.
Two of the chapters that's in there that's going to really knock your feet off or knock your heels off is She Knew the Assignment and Are You a Headache or a Helpmate? Yeah.
Y'all
need
heard
them.
that? Are you
A
a headache or a
helpmate.
helpmate?
And that's real because a lot of women operate in helpmate and don't even know that they might just be a headache.
I mean, you have to be real. I know
Gotta
I
be
can
real.
be a headache at
Ooh,
times,
honey.
you know. I
Not you.
can, but I provide the Tylenol. When
All right. That's right.
You know.
Be an aspirin, not a headache. You know what I'm saying?
When I know I'm a headache, I be like, ooh, let me change that. That ain't cool.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about self-knowledge, right?
Yes.
You know, about keeping it real with
Yes.
you.
just have to.
Self-awareness is
We,
everything.
listen, we all got things we got to work on.
Yeah.
Nobody's
Always.
perfect. You know what
No.
I'm saying?
No.
We all got things to improve.
Yes.
So.
We do.
We're
Yeah.
human.
Yeah. Unpack it and get to doing the work, right?
Yes.
That's what you got to do.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. And I think it's the difference between knowing what is baggage and what is garbage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because some you gotta throw out, some you can unpack. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it.
Difference. You heard what he said.
Yeah, know the difference.
Yes,
Know the
yeah,
difference.
So we are sitting in a room full of nominees for the Detroit
Oh.
Choice
Choice
Awards.
Awards.
Okay.
Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah.
right.
That was mine. That was Booyaka. Booyaka. Come on, Jamaica.
Come on, right.
The black flag. So,
We want each and every one of you to get out your phone.
Right now.
Go to @BlessedFriends right now on IG, Facebook. Click the link.
in our bio.
In our bio.
Yeah.
And you going to select what, Tosh? What they selected?
Number one, you're going to go to favorite podcast and select Blessed
Blessed
Friends.
Friends.
Number two, you're going to go on over, you're going to scroll down. Now, you got 3 categories for Dr. Eddie
Doctor.
Connor Jr. So what's that? Favorite
Favorite
Favorite author.
for the
nonprofit.
author,
Yep.
nonprofit, and motivational speaker.
Because he be out, y'all look at how he just motivated y'all. Like, you
Just
better
that.
go do that. Yes, and we have one more because after y'all do that, y'all gonna go to the favorite model.
Yes.
You are gonna
Yes.
pick.
Y'all the favorite models?
No, we got that homegirl right here.
That's right. Kelly said
other life,
big
you know,
name.
Kelly
Come on, with her
publicist.
fine self. Can I
Okay.
just say we seen her birthday and I was like, it's no way she's that fine.
Yeah, honey.
It's no way. All of that. So
You know,
please
what
go
he
vote
say,
for
black
her.
don't
as well.
crack.
Black don't
Yeah, that's
crack.
right. That's right.
I mean, fine as ever.
Yeah, so check us all out.
Yes, check us
all
out.
of us out.
Yeah.
And
Voting
any
is
of-
unlimited.
It is unlimited
Until
until March
when?
25th.
Yep, March 25th.
Yes, and we
Yeah.
most definitely see you at 3 Reasons Why.
Yes,
yeah.
we
Celebration
are.
on March
Yeah.
26th.
So we will
Two
see
reasons
you.
why,
Yes, and check out the latest episode. I mean, was it February?
Yeah, February. Yeah.
Dr. Eddie Connor.
Yeah.
So the cover of
Yes.
The Reasons Why magazine. He had 2 different covers.
You know.
Fly, just handsome. So
I
go
tried
check
to do my
those
best
out.
Kelly impersonation.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you
And
did.
Yes.
hit him with the
well.
bottom.
You did,
You did
very well because I was tired of people coming into my DMs like, "Who is this? Look them up for yourself." I don't have the
Wow.
I don't have the information.
Wow.
They
Just
be
don't
like,
get
y'all
the
be
follow
having
button.
some fine men on y'all. We like, he is handsome, right?
Yes.
He is pretty
You
hot.
gotta do your own work. I can't give you.
Right.
Just tell him I attract who I am. That's all.
Y'all heard.
So some of y'all not gonna make it. Sorry.
You know the difference. He said you better know the difference between garbage and baggage. So if you did not understand that, don't even come his way, okay?
Thank
Leave
you.
him alone.
We co-sign on that.
We do.
funny.
Yeah, so we just want to thank you, Dr. Eddie Connor Jr., for coming on our show.
We're so honored.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you so much for coming on our platform.
And what you're doing.
And what you're doing.
Just keep doing what you're doing. You make Detroit proud.
I
You
appreciate
make
I mean, you make
us proud.
I mean, many proud.
I
Okay.
mean, you wear so many hats, and it's just so amazing to give of yourself the way that you do. We appreciate you.
Oh, appreciate you.
Yes,
Listen,
we do.
y'all incredible. Y'all queens who wear your crown.
Thank you so
Y'all
much.
the voice of choice. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying?
We
And y'all
appreciate
are an
that.
incredible duo, dream team.
Thank you.
Thank you
Aw,
so
we
much.
Sky's not the
appreciate
limit
that.
for you. It's the view.
Yes. Thank
we
you
received
so
that
much.
and affirm that. Thank
Yes,
you.
For
thank
sure.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
You guys get on out there, get
Oh,
your
yeah.
phones out. Amazon, Dear Queen, Volume 2. Be looking for Dr. Eddie Connor Jr. to
He coming
return
back
here
too, y'all.
Yeah.
for his next 14th book.
Yeah.
We claiming it
For sure.
already.
We claiming
He
it.
will be here to
And can
promote.
I say one more thing? Can
Yes,
I say one
sir.
more thing?
You can
Listen.
say one
I
more,
have
too.
I have an incredible academy focused on faith, identity, relationship, speaker training. I have an incredible community, digital community, where I do incredible teachings on faith, identity, relationship, speaker training, financial empowerment, so much more. All you have to do is just get more information by going to dreddieacademy.com, tap the join now button. We do our sessions weekly, and it's actually absolutely empowering. And then, of course, join my social circle: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok.
Yes.
We don't stop.
Yeah.
Yes.
At Eddie Connor Jr. Put some respect on my
Put
name.
some respect on his name. Put some respect.
EDIECONORJR.
That's
Yes.
it.
Thank
Y'all
you so
heard
much.
him.
We love y'all. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys next time. And don't forget to vote.
Vote now.
Detroit Choice Awards, unlimited votes.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm LaTarsha.
And we are Blessed Friends. And we out. Hello.